Hello! Today I intend to teach you curtain wall, and for learning the settings of curtain walls, I've chosen this building. Eventually, I will make a video of it with Unreal Engine. So, if you want to learn rendering with the free Unreal Engine software, stay with me until the end of the tutorial. This session may be a bit long. But after it, in addition to practicing curtain walls with the floor and beam tools from the Structure tab, you have also worked on text model and in-place model, as well as creating an edge for the wall, creating a ceiling, downloading an object, and working with component tool. I suggest that for better learning, you should pause the video after modeling each part and do whatever I did. If you know different ways of drawing or editing a subject, modeling will be easy for you. In this exercise, I've left all the editing parts and back and forth for you so that you can master this section. I click on New and select the metric architectural template. I explained how to create a customized template in a video. I will put the link for you in the description. The first job is to set the unit. I press the U key on the keyboard. I set the length unit to meters with 2 decimal places. This trick is also to remove extra zeros after the decimal. I also open a view. We have 1 basement here and 2, 3, and 4 floors. I don't have the dimensions of the building. I consider a height of 3 meters and 20 centimeters for each floor. I click here and enter my desired number. I press the LL key on the keyboard. If you want more complete information about setting levels, you can watch the tutorial video from the link that I will put in the description. They had several ways to draw levels. I try to do all of them. Another way was through pick line and determining the height in the offset section. We have a basement. I changed its name. It puts the name of the level according to the name of the previous level. I changed the name of the level. I also changed the name of level 1 to 0. This way it is easier for me, otherwise it does not matter. You write any name you like, for example, ground floor or level 1 or any other name you like. I open the 3D view and click on the tile view. If it was not in this bar, you could find it from the View tab. If you wanted it to be in this top bar, right-click on it and click on Add to Quick Access toolbar. I don't have the map of this building and I only have 1 picture, so I measure the dimensions and sizes visually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 3.5 meters long. Up to here is 7 meters. It's about 14 meters. From the Architecture tab, I select Wall and Storefront. I will explain the difference between these. For now, I draw with Storefront. I'm drawing on level 0, but I prefer to start from the basement. I open level -1. In the 3D view, I also don't want to see the levels, so I press VV or VG on the keyboard. And in the second tab, I remove the level tick. I click on the wall. It's on the storefront mode. I go to Edit Type and take a duplicate so that the default Revit settings do not change. Always duplicate. For now, I draw a 14-meter wall. I also add 1 meter and draw its width 4 meters and 20 centimeters. I select the wall and take a similar. This is another way to select a wall for drawing. For this part, I also add 1 meter. With the Align tool, I can accurately adjust the extension of the wall. With this tool, I also connect 2 walls together. If you want a complete tutorial for the Modify tab, I will put the link for you in the description. I open the view. This wall has gone up from level 1 to above level 2. I want it to go up to level 0. So I select all the walls in this way by moving the mouse over a wall and pressing the Tab key on the keyboard. All walls are selected. I want the walls to go up from level -1 to level 0. You can see the height change in the view. The storefront settings on the ground floor are also similar to the basement, so we can copy the basement for the ground floor. But before that, I create a floor. I select the floor and draw a floor for it at level 0. With Hickline, I select the desired area. It gave an error. It says these lines crossed each other. Look here. Well, I connect the lines this way. I don't want the walls to attach to the floor, so I click on Don't Attach. But I select all the walls with Tab and consider a -30 centimeters for the top offset. Because when we create a floor, its thickness is placed under the level. So I subtract the thickness that I have in mind for the floor from the height of the wall, which was the level of the floor. I select this floor and enter the edit type settings, take a duplicate, and name it generic 30 centimeters. And from edit, I consider the thickness of the floor to be 30 centimeters. Look, the thickness has changed and it has become 30 centimeters, the same size that I shortened the walls. I open level 2. The naming here is wrong. I have to change its name. I named this level level 1, well, I select all and copy from the Modify tab. Now I click on Align and select a bevel and select level 1. Well, now we have to divide the wall in such a way that it looks like this picture. Look, the first piece seems to have a width of 1 meter, but the rest seem to be half a meter apart. So I consider the distance of the mullions to be half a meter. From top to bottom, it is also separated by half a meter down. I select the walls at the beginning and end that were 1 meter wide and enter edit type. I take a duplicate so that the changes I make for the other walls do not apply to these walls. For this wall, I also draw 1 meter at the beginning and end from the third wall. Now let's set the divisions of the middle wall together. So I select the wall and go to edit type. Because we are changing an edit type, this change applies to all walls of this type. I took a duplicate before. Here we can specify the distance of the vertical mullions. When it is on maximum spacing, it means the maximum distance between the mullion beams is the number written here. When it is on minimum spacing, it means the minimum distance between the mullions is this number. When it is on fixed number, we can specify a number for it. When it is on fixed distance, it means the distance between two mullions is exactly the number we specify for it. I put it on fixed distance, and I also set the distance to 1/2 meter. Applying OK. I select the top grid, unlock it, and delete it. Or I can set a higher number than the curtain wall height for the horizontal mullion in the Type Properties window so that it does not automatically have a horizontal mullion along the wall. Look, the horizontal mullion of the upper floor curtain wall also disappeared. Now I intend to add a horizontal mullion manually. From the Architecture tab, I select Curtain Grid. When I bring the mouse cursor next to the vertical mullions, the horizontal grid appears. I consider a distance of 1/2 meter for it. Because the wall is of the storefront type and the mullion is predefined in its settings, it hits the grid with the mullion, but it is not like this for the other two types of curtain walls. I press Ctrl Z. I select Curtain Grid again. This top, when it is on all segment, make a grid for all wall divisions at once. If I select one segment, it only make a grid for one of the wall divisions. Now I intend to change the gap of this grid from the floor. I bring the mouse over it, and when the grid turns blue by pressing the Tab key, I select it, and here I can enter the desired distance. I put 1/2 meter. For this 1 meter wall, I also change the horizontal grid settings and manually create the desired grid. From here, we can select the type of mullion. From here, I can change the internal vertical mullions. Look, the internal vertical mullions have changed. Look at the plan, the vertical mullions have changed. The left and right borders have changed, but the top border has not. Now I change the top border. Well, I want the same default Revit settings. These changes I made were just to teach you. I press Ctrl Z. Now we set a horizontal grid for the surrounding curtain walls. I want to bring this grid down. By pressing the Tab key, I select the grid. If I wanted to delete it, I click on Pane and then press Delete on the keyboard or click on this cross. From here, I can also set the grid distance. To have a mullion, I select the grid. From the Architecture tab, I click on Mullion. I select the segment because it is between two vertical mullions. Well, I also hit the rest of the mullions. I will explain the settings of this section later. For the upper floor, I prefer to copy the new curtain walls. So I select these walls and then delete them and select the lower walls and then copy and then paste them. I explained this section again so that you can learn it completely. Look here, some of the panels are made of transparent glass, and some are of different types. By pressing the Tab key several times, I select the panel. I right-click and click on Panel on Host, and in this way, all the panels of this curtain wall are selected. We can click on these pins one by one or click on this pin from above. Now I set the panel system to solid from here. Look here, the mullions do not protrude much from the surface of the panels. I select the horizontal mullion by pressing the Tab key on the keyboard and right-click. I click on Grid to select all the horizontal mullions of this wall. I enter Edit Type. I can give it an offset, or I can change its thickness. I can change its dimensions from here, and from here, I can also specify a different material for it. Well, let's change all of them to learn their function better. I give it a 10 centimeters offset and click on Apply. The panels move 10 centimeters.
I press Ctrl-Z.
This is its previous state. Did you see the difference? I select them again. I can change its thickness. I consider it 5 centimeters. Did you notice the change? The vertical mullions also became smaller because we did not take a duplicate, and we are changing the original mullion. "10 centimeters is good." I desire smaller internal horizontal mullions compared to the others. After editing, I place the internal horizontal mullions at 3 centimeters with a square cross-section. The mullions have become smaller and distanced from the panels. Therefore, I select it and give it an offset. "3 centimeters is good." I also set its thickness to 5 centimeters. We can also change the length and width of the profile section here. It would have been better if I had taken a duplicate. It doesn't matter. You take a duplicate. Its dimensions became 5 millimeters by 1 centimeter. Well, I also changed the dimensions of these 50 by 50 mullions to become a little thinner. Because I didn't take a duplicate, it changes for everyone. See, it became similar.
One, two, three, four, 5. I select this panel and unpin it and put it on solid.
The top one is the same.
One, two, three, four, 5.
With the tab, I select the 6th panel and put it on solid. I repeat this work until the end. 5 glass panels and 2 solid panels, and this process continues. It may not show the solid panels graphically sometimes. It's not a problem. It will be fixed. Now for this side. About 20 centimeters for the side edge and 6 glass panels and 2 solid panels. I open level -1. Look, the 20 centimeter panel has fallen to the left side. I want it to come to the right side. So I draw a 4 meter and 20 centimeter wall. Because in the settings the distance of the vertical mullions is 50 centimeters. If I draw the wall from bottom to top, 20 centimeters will be left over because I set the mullion distance on fixed distance. So all distances are exactly 50 centimeters, and the extra 20 stays separately at the end. I put the wall in its place with a line. I also add a horizontal grid. Well, I also select this panel and convert it to solid. Well, I consider these 2 walls as concrete walls. For the type of wall, I select a type of wall from this section. I select another wall. No need to redraw. The lower and upper walls are similar, so I copy this lower wall again for the ground floor. We can also copy this for the upper floors for now to get the general form of the building, and after we made the next settings, we delete them and copy the new wall. The horizontal panels below are still left to be converted to solid, but I want to get the general form out faster. I also take a copy of the floor for level 3 and level 4. In the 2 upper floors, there are 2 more panels. I cover the distance between the floors of the U-shaped profile. In the panel settings mode, I can also control its thickness here, and I can give it material here. I create a new material and name it Metal Panel. For now, I just consider a color for it.
I select the beam from a Structure tab.
If we didn't have our desired profile here, we click on Mode Family and enter the English folder. US, Structural Framing, Steel folder, and select our desired profile. It brings different types of it here. I just want one of them. Since I consider the thickness of the ceiling to be 30 centimeters, I select this 30 centimeters model. Well, now I click from one corner to here. Well, it fell upside down, so I click from here and pull to this point. Its direction was correct. Now I select it. I can change its material from here. I take this arrow and pull it until its size is correct. I click on a line here with Tab. I select the parallel surface of the profile, and now I click on the surface of the profile so that it is placed in its proper place. In the original model, this profile protrudes from the surface of the building. I double-click on the floor and increase its width. Now again with a line, I adjust the location of the profile. By the way, about these mullions, if I want them to be one piece, I select one, right-click, select mullion on grid, and click on Make Continuous. Look, the top edge mullion became one piece. Now for the corners, I also select the border mullion and unpin it. And then from here I select the L mullion. Revit asks me to delete the side wall mullion because they overlapped. I click on Delete Element. Let's go see what changed in the plan. This is the part that I just edited, and this is an unedited example. I can select this mullion and replace it with this other mullion. I also make this one like the top mullion. so we learned 3 types of mullions for the corners. I prefer the square mullion. I repeat the same thing for the bottom. Well, now I select the profile and take a similar from it. I draw a profile from this point to here. I pull this edge out. And align. With beam joints, I connect these two together. I select the profiles. Copy. For level 2 and level 3. I also copy for level 4. Now I intend to model these protruding profiles. I open level 2 and continue the edge profile. With the Align tool, I also make the building's cross-sectional profile parallel to the longitudinal profile edge. And thus connect the two edges together. According to the image, the walls of levels 2 and 3 should be increased by 1 meter. I go to level 2 and add 1 meter to the length of the curtain wall.
I will also adjust the alignment of this wall with a line.
I also correct the floor. I select everything in level 3 and delete it. I copy level 2 for level 3. I edit the floor. And now I also copy the profile between the floors from level 3 to level 4. To display the profiles, I set the level of detail to fine, and now we can see the profiles. I also copy the cross-sectional edge profiles. The floor boundary needs to go back further. I double-click and adjust the boundary with a line. It's correct. The two side panels also need to be converted to solid. I isolate these two profiles. I select one and click on Similar. I set the reference level to level 3 and start drawing. And I consider its distance from the edge to be 1 meter and 20 centimeters. And now I take a copy of 1 meter, 1 meter. Well, these didn't land on the level, I select them. I click on Move. I remove the constraint. I remove the constraint tick so that I can move it in any direction I want. I select the profile and go to its edit type. I take a duplicate so that the rest of the profiles do not change. I consider its height to be 26.5 centimeters. Because the height of the profile parallel to the width of the building is 30 centimeters, and this profile is welded inside it. With Move and removing the constraint tick, I move the profile. I change the height again. I click on this pencil. Then I click on the profile that I adjusted its height. Now I click on the other profiles that I want their height to be like this profile. I select all, click on Move. I remove the constraint tick and place it on the edge of the profile parallel to the width of the building. With a line, I edit the floor boundary. I copy these profiles and paste them in level 2. For level 3, in addition to the profiles, I also copy the wall. This side wall overlaps with the profile. So with the line, I make the profile edge parallel to the wall edge. With the Tab key, I select the edge I want. Because I didn't take multiple line, I have to select the edge of the wall twice for the lower profile. Now that I ticked multiple, I can adjust all the edges in the direction I want with one align. I cut the wall to be able to create a one-piece wall. I adjust the bottom of the wall with these arrows. Or I select the wall and from the Properties window, I put it on level 2.
For this part, I align the profile with the interior edge of the wall and edit the edge of the roof.
Finally, I'll set the wall's top offset to 0, and the wall will go up to level 4. For the bottom of the wall, I'll give it a base offset of -30 centimeters. I'll also align this floor with the edge of the wall. For preparing construction drawings, we model in a different way. But since we are in the basic tutorial section, I've chosen the easiest method. I have included the entire editing process for you, even though it might make the video longer, so that you can master the commands through repetition. For this section, I also need to add 2 grids and empty the panel. There is no glass here. I put the display mode on hidden lines so you can see better. I selected curtain grid from the architecture tab, and when I move the mouse pointer over these vertical mullions, it shows the horizontal grid. Well, I want one at a distance of 50 centimeters and one at a distance of 30 centimeters from it. For the side, I also make a grid. Because the type of curtain wall is storefront, it creates the mullions itself because it is defined in the settings. With Tab, I select the grid and type the number I want here. 20 centimeters, I select this mullion here, unlock it, and delete it. I do the same for the other solid parts. Now I have to empty the panels. With the Tab key, I select the panel, then right-click and select Horizontal Grid. Now unpin the solid panels and click on Empty from this section. For the lower grid as well. This top also needs a grid. These lower panels are also solid. I temporarily remove the top floor. So I select one of the panels. Right-click, Horizontal Grid, unpin, and select solid. I repeat the same thing for this side. I also create a grid for the top. And I'll convert the panels to solid. If you have modeled with me so far, you'll fully learn to work with the storefront curtain wall and its edits. My intention in making quadrimillions was for you to learn. Otherwise, we do not need them for modeling. because the wall here is two metal panels that have reached each other at a 90-degree angle and do not need a mullion. The panels are not showing. I select them once and bring them out of the selection. It was correct. I also empty the panels here.
For this section, I also create a grid.
To solve this problem, I changed the direction of the wall by hitting space. I also hide the panels and change the type of mullion to the existing horizontal mullions. For the top, I also changed the type of corner mullion to square and then delete it. The mullions stick together. I intend to draw a wall at this point for now. This is also a way for curved and corner curtain walls. I select a wall, go to its edit type, and take a duplicate. I keep one layer and select a thickness of 2 mm for it. With the arrow keys on the keyboard, I correct its place and finally change its material. I also set the wall top offset to -30 centimeters so that it does not go inside the ceiling. I make these changes for the lower floors as well, or I can copy this. I want to create only one grid here. I select curtain grid, one segment, and at a distance of about 70 centimeters from the lower mullion, I create one segment.
For the side, I also create a grid.
I want the glass to be a single panel in this part, so I'll select the mullions, right-click to select all mullions on the grid, and then unpin them. Now I can delete any of the mullions I want. I don't have the plans, so I draw according to what I see in the picture. I open level 3, wall, storefront.
I can select this mullion, right-click, ungrid, and make continuous.
In level 4, I open underlay. Level 3, level 4, and lockdown. Now I select the beam and draw a beam here. It fell on level 3. So here I give it a height of 1 floor.
I select the floor and draw a ceiling. I draw this part that I want to be without a ceiling, like a pit. It's better for the whole part to turn into a pit. This beam overlaps with the ceiling. I bring it under the ceiling. I subtract the thickness of the ceiling from its height. I'll also convert these panels into solid. From the beam, I also take a copy. I also take a copy of these profiles to look like a picture. I select the curtain wall from the wall. You see, it's like this and has no divisions.
I draw a wall on the beam with a length of 1 meter and 10 centimeters. You can see that its height can be adjusted from here. It is exactly like the other walls. I consider its height for this lower part to be 70 centimeters. And I take a copy of it with a small distance. I also take another copy. Now I select the 3 glass walls and take a copy. I remove the constraint ticks so that I can copy in any direction I want. I manually adjust the height of the glasses. I also change the height of the lower glasses. With a line, I make the bottom level of all 3 glasses the same. I select all 6 glasses and copy them for the upper floor. To model the building arm, I first click on Set. Pick a plane, and click on the surface where the building arm is supposed to be. From the Architecture tab, I click on Model. I type the desired name. I select the model and go to its edit type and change the text size. When I reach the desired size, I adjust its place with the arrow keys on the keyboard. I make a material for it. I select one of the Revit's ready-made materials. I can also change the depth. Now it's 15 centimeters. I put it at 10 centimeters. From here, I can also change the font. I repeat the same process for the upper wall main. I select its font. I attribute the text material to it. I put its size at 35 centimeters. With the arrow keys on the keyboard, I also adjust its place. I consider its size to be 30 centimeters. From Component, I click on Model and select Generic Model. I click on Set and select Pick Plane. Now I select Extrude and draw a rectangle underneath. Now I select the amount of extrusion. For the text, a depth of 7 centimeters is better. I also change them. I take a copy of this model for the lower text. Now I'm creating the surrounding area. I select 4 and start drawing according to the picture. Since I don't have other plans and pictures of this building, I draw as I wish. In level -1, I activate underlay to see the boundary of the foreground. Now with storefront, I also draw a wall for the basement.
I select all the walls.
I go to its edit type, I take a duplicate. I set the distance of the vertical mullions to 1 meter. I also increase the thickness of the floor. I take a duplicate and write 50 centimeters from edit thickness. Now I can select the walls and set the top offset to 0. For this part, I also need to add an edge. I'll select a 20 centimeter generic wall. I'll duplicate it. I'll put the preview in section mode and want to create a protruding edge at the top. I'll load a profile from Sweep. Before that, I have to draw a profile. From File, Greater Than New Family, I'll open the English folder and Metric Profile. The topic of families may seem complicated at first glance, but if you practice during projects and learn each item separately, the process of learning them will be very easy for you. First, I'll press the UN key on the keyboard. I'll set the length unit to meters with 2 decimal places. From the Create tab, I'll select Line and draw a very simple shape for this edge and save it. Now I'll select the wall I've created. It should be on level 1 and be 20 centimeters high. Of course, I need to give the wall a base offset with the same value that I gave the floor, so rest on the floor. I'll draw a wall for all the edges. Here, Revit gives a warning that the walls overlap. Since I'm not going to show the back of the building, I won't do anything with the design of this part, but I'll cut and delete the part of the wall that is overlapping. I'll select the wall. From the Sweep section, I'll load the profile. I'll create a material for it and select one of Revit's pre-made materials. I'll adjust these later. Let's see how it turned out for now. It's at the bottom of the wall. I'll place it from top. You see, it has come up. Its width is too small. I'll enter the family file and increase the width. I'll also decrease its height. I'll also make this part bigger so it's visible. I'll click on Load into Project and overwrite it. This edge is not fully on the wall. Okay, that's perfect. If I select this wall and press SA on the keyboard, all walls of this type in the project will be selected, and I can increase their height from here. I'll edit this surrounding ground a little. It's not very important, it's repetitive, so I'll fast forward the video. Now I intend to draw the railings. I'll explain more about railings later. Revit gives a message that the work plane must be changed to draw the railings. I had placed the work plane on the glass facade of the building, so now I have to change it. I'll click on Set and place the work plane on level 1. I'll select Railing from the Architecture tab. Here, there are different types of Revit's default railings. I'll select the walls with Pick Walls. It gives me a message that all lines must be connected. I want to move the railings a little, so in edit mode, I'll take an offset from the path. I'll uncheck the copy box so it doesn't copy the path. With the Tab key, I'll select the entire path and then click. Now, I want the railing to be on the wall's edge, so I'll select it and click on Pick New Host. Now I'll click on the wall's surface. I want the railing to be on the wall's edge, so I'll select it and give it a base offset equal to the height of the edge. To change the railing's design, I'll select the railing itself, and I can choose different models from this section. I will completely teach you how to work with the railing settings in the future. There is an easier way. I can download a 3D model of my choice. There are different websites. I usually use BIMobject. Its site is free and has a lot of models. I'll search for railing here and download the railing that looks like the one in the image. This railing is similar to the one I want, and it also has good details. This is a sheep. You see, it's here. I will open the 3D view to be able to copy it. It has two types of connections to the floor. I want this one. I'll copy it and click on Align to Current View in Level 1. I'll click on this brush icon, then on the railing I copied, and then on the railing I've drawn, so it becomes similar to the one I copied. I will fully explain the railing settings in a future session. I'll also draw a floor for the -1 level. I'll draw another floor for the exterior space. Since the floor covering for the final render is different, I won't draw it in one piece. I'll also cut out this part. Now I'll draw another floor slab for around the yard. It gave a warning that the floors overlap. We should draw precisely, but since this is a tutorial, my intention for now is to focus on the main topics. I haven't defined materials for all the surfaces because I intend to apply them in the Unreal Engine software. I have to draw a ceiling to be able to do the lighting. The light sources in Revit attach to the ceiling. I'll select the ceiling in Level 1. I'll click on Sketch and draw a closed shape. To be able to see it, I'll activate the section box. You see it's here. I can also move it up a little. I'll change its height from here. I can do the same for the other floors, or I can copy the ceiling for the other floors. I need a library of work tables and mic sources, so I'll download some from the BIMobject website. I'm comfortable with this site. You can search, and there are many sites that offer good services. Okay, I've downloaded the objects I wanted. I'll click on Load into Project and import the object into my main project. Alternatively, I can drag the object file itself into the view. I'll click on Component from the Architecture tab. Every object I've imported is here. This way, I can place objects wherever I want by clicking. I'll load this into the project as well. By pressing the spacebar on the keyboard, I can change the orientation of the object. I'll also import the other objects. To correct the orientation of these bookshelves, I'll select them and press the spacebar on the keyboard until they are in the correct direction. To better see my workspace, I can activate the section box and adjust the cut plane from the front view. Now I have a good view of my space's layout. I'll select the object and choose Create Similar. I can also select it from Components. Okay, this floor is done. Let's go upstairs. I'll now create a simple connection for these glass panes. I'll open a model in place, select a generic model and click OK. I'll set the work plane on one of the glass panes. I'll click on Extrude and draw a rectangle. For its thickness, I'll set 1 cm on one side and -1 cm for the start. The basis for calculating the extrusion is the work plane, which I've placed on the surface of the glass pane. So when I enter a negative value, it will extrude to the other side of the work plane as well. I'll record a complete video for model in place, so for now just do everything I'm doing. I'll also create a material for it. We must create the material within this environment. This connection can have more details, but that's not the topic of this session. It might make this session too long. This is enough for now. Okay, now I'll copy it and paste it into the parts where the glass panes meet. According to the image, I have to copy a higher number of these connections. I'll select these panels that I forgot to turn into solids and turn them into solids. I'll also draw walls all around the basement. It is not within our sight, but it affects the render. To complete the work, I will also download a light source and import it into the project using Load into Project. This light attaches to the ceiling, so I'll open the ceiling plan for level 1. Select the light from Component, and it will be easily placed on the ceiling. Okay, I'll create an array of 10, no 12. I'll do the same for levels 2 and 3. I'll go to the Datasmith tab and click on Export to Datasmith file. When you install Unreal Engine, this tab is added to Revit, and we can easily export from here to take the file to Unreal. Alright everyone, we have successfully reached the end of this practical tutorial, and you are now proficient in working with curtain walls in Revit. I hope you enjoyed this exercise. Now it's your turn to choose the next video. We have 2 exciting options lined up. Learning how to render this beautiful building using the free Unreal Engine software. Continuing our Revit modeling journey by creating a full scene from a mountain villa. To watch your preferred video immediately, simply look at the end screen of this video and select one of the 2 tutorials. I've also placed the direct links to both videos in the description below. Don't forget that our main goal at ArchVizAscent is to prepare you for the future of ArchViz, a future where artificial intelligence, AI, plays a central role. So, if you want to both sharpen your Revit skills and see how we can gradually integrate AI capabilities into the architectural workflow, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. See you in the next video and keep modeling.